So to initiate the event, please all welcome the Presidential Advisor for Entrepreneurship, Chair of the ASEAN Business Advisory Council of the Philippines, the founder of Go Negosyo, Mr. Joey Concepcion!
Grab food shop at Lazada.
The last 14 years, Go Negosyo has been advocating that the way forward for our country to succeed is that no Filipino should be left behind. Digitalization is not only pro-all, but pro-poor. This is why the Alliance has come together with Go Negosyo, created this massive event called Sign Up.
Magnegosyo saan ka secure ng future mo, ikay laging ligtas. Delivery na mabilis, lala mo grab food so fast. Gusto mo laging kompleto, para mo lang grocery. Bakit di ka mag-Lazada o kaya ay mag-Shopee?
2 years and 7 months na po ako sa Angkas. Dati po akong restaurant manager ng isang fast food chain. 6 years po akong restaurant manager. Ang basic ko dati, nung restaurant manager ako ng isang fast food chain, 30 hanggang 35,000. Sa Angkas, sa isang linggo lang, kaya kong kumita ng 10 to 12,000 a week.
Tambay mag-grab food ka, kahit anong menu ang gustuhin ay maiahatid niya.
May nalimutan ka papeles, gamit at mga materyales.
Nag-start ako in 1 unit, isang sasakyan. Tapos sinamahan ko na sipag at tiyaga. Kasama lahat ng problema. 4 months ako tumira sa sakyan. Hanggang ngayon, may hawak na po ako ng 12 units. Meaning, isa na po akong operator.
Ito nang pinakahihintay, magnegosyo saan ka secure ng future mo, ikay laging ligtas.
Sa loob po ng 3 taon, una po kinikita ko lang sa Sinyas na sa 2,500 po. Ngayon po kumikita na po ako ng 15,000 pataas. A week po yon. Dati po, umaasa lang ako sa asawa ko na kung magkano lang ibigay. Ngayon po, kayang-kaya ko na pong tumayo sa sarili ko po. Yung 4 na anak ko po, yung 2 anak ko po, kaalis na po, pinagpaaral ko po sa National University, private po yun.
Saan ka secure ng future mo, ikay laging ligtas. Delivery na mabilis, lala mo grab food so fast.
Our shop would not be able to reach what we have right now without those mentoring, coaching sessions, the techniques that they are giving to become an effective seller. So, from a regular seller, we're able to achieve the goals, and every time na may goals kami, na ma-max out namin our target.
Nagsikap po ako na magmaniho, mag-drive sa Grab. So maraming opportunities. Makasama mo yung pamilya, no? Ng mas mahabang oras. Yung sasakyan ko po ngayon, more than 3 years na po. Nakakuha po kami ng sasakyan at nakakuha din po kami ng bahay sa Cavite. Kumikita ka na hawak mo yung oras. Dati po yung sahod ko sa isang company ay 16,000 a month. Yung iba, sumusobra pa.
Convey the message of the President. He is happy that you have attended the summit, and he sees a very good future for this economy, especially under the leadership of Mr. Joey Concepcion.
I have made a commitment in the last 14 years, and next year will be the 15th year of Go Negosyo. My mission is to help every Filipino out there succeed in life. But in the end, no matter what we do, we can only do so much to guide, teach, and mentor you. But in the end, it is your will, the right mindset that will propel you to success. And it has to be a teamwork. So again, you can bank on us that we will not stop till every Filipino out there has a chance to succeed in life. Thank you.
Congratulations! Clear na si Musa. Clear!
Let us all welcome on stage the Presidential Advisor for Entrepreneurship, founder of Go Negosyo, ladies and gentlemen, Chair of ASEAN Business Advisory Council, no other than Mr. Joey Concepcion.
Our efforts with this government, President Duterte, whose passion is to help the Filipino people move up in life, the private sector, together with DTI, DA, and DOT, are moving heaven and earth to really fulfill and help you fulfill your dream to become one of these successful entrepreneurs.
Ang government naman po, DTI, nandyan din ng DOST, Science and Technology. Pagdating mo sa mga product development, mga new R&D, discoveries, and mga research output ng DOST, pwede po ninyong gamitin. Kung ito po ay magpapabilis sa proseso ng inyong pag-weave or kahit anong produkto.
I felt really excited about being here. I thought the Philippines provided one very important aspect, which is it's a country that really gives you the ability to live with purpose. That you, whatever you do, has an impact beyond just money.
Let's talk about legacy.
And a legacy to me is about giving a contribution, not a recognition.
Every day you create your legacy.
I had my standards of excellence that I wanted the people to live up to. And that motivation came from my desire to be able to inspire my audience. There's a real emotional engagement that I kept alive with my audience. And yeah, if you can call that part of my legacy, then yeah, it is.
Supportive community. So hanapin niyo yun sa buhay niyo. Someone who can guide you, mentor. A woman community, a woman chat group.
Lahat po kami takot. Walang tao dito na walang anxiety. And I think what nakakatulong yung magpe-prepare ka talaga. Be the best you can be, learn as much as you can. Nakakatulong sa akin is when I recite scripture to myself.
I think that the fear actually should just empower you.
We are happy to report that after 6 months in office, ay mayroon marami na kaming bagong programa para sa millennials, para sa kababaihan, para sa mga gustong mag-farming at mag-agri-negosyo. So palakpakan natin si Joey Concepcion at talaga naman Go Negosyo is one of the best in terms of advocating, promoting entrepreneurship in this country.
This is our next forum, Women of the World.
Being a woman of the world is really trying to find a solution to problems that are happening not just here locally, but also globally.
In my business, I just don't want to encourage women to be beautiful on the outside, but I also want to encourage women to be beautiful on the inside.
First is start in a belief in yourself and set goals for yourself. Challenge yourself to achieve things that you don't think is achievable, but you need to put that goal there.
Raymond Lopez and myself have been pursuing the vision of giving every struggling entrepreneur out there a chance to succeed. Together with the alliance here of 30 chambers and organizations, we are committed to this vision.
I believe that by unity, cooperation, and hard work, we shall achieve our aspiration for our country and the good life that we always wish for the Filipinos. Let us work together to realize our hopes and dreams for our people and nation.
Kaya ba natin to? Kaya.
Hello, negosyantes! Ako po si Go Negosyo Mentor PJ Lanot, your moderator for today, and welcome to Go Negosyo's Mentor Me Online! Ayan! Alright! Thank you all for joining us from Luzon to Mindanao and all over the world. Ito po ay isang libreng negosyo mentorship program to help and assist our aspiring and existing MSMEs to scale up and to continue their businesses. Ayan po. At mapapanood niyo po ng libre ang Mentor Me online araw-araw mula Lunes hanggang Biyernes mula 11 a.m. hanggang 4:30 ng hapon. At kanina nga pong 11 a.m. nagkaroon po ng topic na financing opportunities for MSMEs with Rodolfo Mabiasen ng Bangko, with Dennis Valdez of Cebuana Luwilier Bank, and Mr. Raj Utamchandani of Esquire Financing Incorporated. So maraming salamat po for joining us at maraming salamat din po sa mga mentors for taking the time off. Ngayon pong nagwo-work from home sila just to be with us. At alam niyo po, at this point, pwede po tayong magtanong, matuto at manalo. Kaya po, tumutok sa Mentor Me Online Facebook live stream sa Go Negosyo page. Ayan po. At maaari po tayo magtanong sa ating mga Go Negosyo mentors sa comment section. So, ang kailangan lang pong format ay number 1, ang inyong pangalan at kung saan po kayong lungsod at pangatlo, ang inyong katanungan. At kung ilalike nyo po at i-share ang aming Facebook live stream sa inyong Facebook accounts, ay pwede po kayong manalo ng libreng libro mula sa amin dito sa Go Negosyo. Kaya po abangan ang listahan ng weekly winners sa aming Facebook page. So, mag-comment ng inyong mga mensahe at mga aral na inyong natututunan sa ating mga Go Negosyo mentors. Maaari kayo magkaroon ng chance na ma-feature sa ating Go Negosyo comment of the day. Kailangan lang pong gamitin ang hashtag MentorMeOnline at hashtag FreeNegosyo Mentorship. Ayan po. Okay, so ngayong hapon, we will be talking about Angat Lahat sa digital, moving towards a cashless society. At makakasama natin ang ating mga Go Negosyo mentors. Ano po bang ibig sabihin ng cashless? At kayo po ba ay nakapag-experience na ng cashless na transaction? Ito po, meron po tayo mga very, very esteemed guests at maraming salamat for joining us. The CEO of GCash, Mr. Anthony Thomas. All right. Thank you po for being with us. The CEO of GCash himself. Hello, Sir Anthony. Good afternoon. And makakasama rin po ang Pangulo ng Megapay, Miss Adriane Zapanta. Ayan. Thank you po. Thank you po for joining us and taking the time off just to be with us. At sila po ay nag-work from home. tulad nating lahat. And the third guest is the CEO of Coins.ph, Mr. Ron Hos. Mr. Ron, thank you for joining us. Ayan. Okay, so just to start off this interview portion, Sir Anthony, can you please tell us about your services of GCash? How can we avail of this? And when we say GCash, what should come to mind? Hello, Sir Anthony, can you hear me? Hello, Sir Anthony. Are you there? Okay, ito naman. Sige. Miss Adriane, can you hear me? Are you there?
Yes, I'm here, PJ.
Miss Adriane? Yeah,
Yes,
okay. So
yes,
when we
I'm here.
say Megapay, what should come to mind? Kapag sinabi pong Megapay, ano yung dapat isipin agad and how can they avail of your service, Miss Adriane?
Yes, una sa lahat, good afternoon to everyone. Magandang umaga, magandang hapon, magandang gabi sa lahat ng ating mga online viewers at sa lahat ng mga manonood mamaya from Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, all over the world, lahat ng Pilipino. Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. And it's really an honor, it's a privilege to be here with all of you and to share our insights at maraming learnings about this ECQ na nangyayari sa atin. First of all, ano ba si Megapay? Megapay is
Yes.
actually a tool. It's a tool for our
Mhm.
existing and aspiring entrepreneurs. We firmly believe
Okay.
that all Filipinos are magaling dumiskarte. So we know that
Mhm.
we are all resilient and we can surpass whatever challenges na haharapin natin. So most of our users are actually nano, micro, and they are small entrepreneurs.
Wow.
Marami sa kanila, they are sari-sari stores, they are ambulant retailers, ito yung mga
Mhm. Wow,
freelancers,
wow.
at gusto ng mga additional income.
Mhm,
No, and
mhm,
we constantly strive to give our best service for them.
mhm, mhm. Okay, okay.
Our aim, PJ, is actually to
Mhm.
encourage the Filipinos to shift their mindset from consumerism to entrepreneurship. Katulad ng aim
Yun.
at ng vision ng Go Negosyo, no? Our
Yes,
vision, every Filipino becomes an entrepreneur, becomes a business owner.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So later on, we'll be going into details with the services of Megapay and how you can help each and every one of us. And with us is the CEO of Coins.ph. Sir Ron, are you here? Can
I'm
you hear
here.
us?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Hello, Sir Ron. Yes, very much. Sir Ron, can you tell us about the Coins.ph? What does it do? How can we avail of your services?
Sure. So first of all, I see in the comment feed already that we have a lot of customers and users here.
Exactly,
So,
exactly. Yeah.
so before we start, just thank you very much to all of you. And then I think maybe rather than explain what Coins is, I'll explain related to the situation that we're in right now, how people can use Coins. So Coins is an e-wallet, and I think maybe the two most important things that it can offer now is one, the ability to pay bills from home without actually having to leave and go stand in line. So you can do it directly from your phone. And the second one is actually being able to remit funds anywhere in the country. So you can, using the Coins.ph app, you can basically send a remittance to any MWM, Palawan, LBC branch in the country. So this really helps if you have relatives out in the province who are dependent on remittances.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's great. That's great. And now Sir Anthony is with us of GCash. Hello, Sir Anthony. Is it better?
Hi. Sorry, I think I was out for a bit.
Yeah, it's okay. So we're glad you're back, sir.
Yeah.
What is GCash? When I say GCash, what should the customers think about GCash?
So GCash it means a lot of different things, but as Ron was saying, at this time, it means a few things which are particularly relevant, right? Just like with coins, everything from topping up your mobile phone, so you're buying your load, you're paying your bills, whether it is utilities or in some cases making donations now, which is particularly important. So some people need, but some people are in a position to give. right? So,
Yes, yes.
we've enabled donations since the start, and we are close to 20 million pesos across 7 or 8 organizations that we've been enabling. The ability to transfer money, just or remit funds, just as Ron was speaking about. There are a few apps that can do this, where you can move money not only to another GCash account, but also enable an offline cash out, and more importantly, also move it to any other bank account. And I think,
Yes.
as we were discussing earlier, there is a fine line between consumer needs and entrepreneurs' needs, because one is, of course, the convenience that you have as a consumer, but you also have to make payments and you have to collect money at this point, and collecting money is very important. So depending on the amount that you need to collect, of course, you can start off as a consumer, but then you can set up also a merchant account or a biller account for receiving of funds. And then sometimes when you have to disburse money, maybe you have a few employees, then you can do it at an individual level. You can send in bulk to up to 10 people. But if you need to send to more, then we have a disbursement platform where we allow people to move money from your bank account to your corporate or institutional GCash wallet and then move it out to individuals. Beyond that, at this point, you can make online payments, make payments directly on Lazada, because Lazada, for example, is trying to focus the business on essential services, essential goods. So we with your GCash, you can pay directly. You don't need a card or anything of that sort. And you can use it at, people at home can use it to purchase apps. So we are direct connection in both the Play Store and the App Store. But I think beyond that, also what is important is if you need to step out for essential services, and I'm talking about going to a supermarket. So at SM supermarket, or if you need to go to a convenience store like 7-Eleven, or you need to go to a pharmacy like Watson's, etc. Here is where you can also, of course, we want to avoid people going out.
Exactly.
But if they need to go out and they need to make a payment, there is now this contactless way of doing it where you're just using your phone to allow for that QR-based or barcode-based payment. And I think that the last area that I'll talk about is really enabling other financial services. For example, at this time, all of this activity we translate to something called the G-score, where a customer, based on their identity and based on their payment behavior, paying bills, etc., we open up a line of credit.
Oh, all right, that's great.
And I think
especially
that
during this time,
yes, and another location where you can go, which is quite common, is Pure Gold. And therefore, many sari store owners use their G score, which is linked to their G credit line. And they use this G credit line for essential working capital. And making electronic payments using their G credit line. So we've tried to enable a whole suite of services, again, for individuals who are also entrepreneurs, but try to cater to business needs above a certain threshold of activity. So that's a little bit of what is relevant at this point.
Yes, thank you. There's a whole slew of services right now that we could use from GCash, definitely. So let's go to the bulk of our interview. Miss Adriane. Okay, first question for you, Miss Adriane. I'm sure as we have all been blindsided by this lockdown, by this quarantine, not just in Luzon, but worldwide. So what are the business strategies should the businesses do during this period to sustain or at the very least to not stop their businesses? Ano yung mga kailangan nilang gawin para mag-continue at hindi magsara ang kanilang negosyo? Miss Adriane.
Yeah, like what I shared with you kanina, PJ, no, we are not really prepared for any of this. In the beginning, there's a lot of confusion because 30% of our business are actually face-to-face. Particularly the momshies of Megapay, we have our sales and distribution channel who goes around and make sure that everyone is doing fine and that that the business is running. But since the ECQ is implemented, we are forced not to. Yeah, we're forced not to do that anymore. So gladly, even before this epidemic happened, we were able to train our momshies to do online transactions. So now they can still continue their business, their loading business, and their bills payment business because that's the core of Megapay. That's what we do. And for our employees, some of them, we are now doing an alternative work arrangement, which is the work from home. So probably most of the nano or even the micro and small entrepreneurs can also do the same. We need to let the business running, especially for us. I know and we all know that the load and the bills payment is critical now because load is a way to communicate for everyone, for our loved ones especially. So what we do right now with our people is we take care of them. We stay in regular touch with our people. We organize Zoom calls at the end of each day to make sure that we can get an updates from them, and also we focus on resetting our expectation. We don't expect that they are online 24/7 or from 9 to 5, but we focus on actually the results based approach, and we offer more flexibility now. And as a leader, we strive to be optimistic during these critical times because we need to demonstrate hope and confidence in the future that this is just temporary. After this, we will be winners and victorious from this.
Yes. So from your answer, I was able to get 4 key takeaways. So number one, you were able to more or less prepare for this situation because you were able to train your people. So that's number one. And number two, you have you were able to execute work from home or flexible work arrangements. And number three, it's very important for you to communicate with your staff and with your consumers. And number four is to reset expectations, not just making them work, but you are expecting more results from them from here on. So resetting the expectations kasi it's a different world out there right now.
It's a different new work arrangement. We're used to going to the office 9 to 5, 9 to 6. But right now we don't force our employees to do that. As long as they deliver, as long as they produce the work that is asked from them, then that would be okay. And it's
so
really
results
difficult.
based na tayo, hindi na tayo
Results
9 to 5 or 8 to hindi
true.
na yung work arrangement na dati na dapat nasa office ka, you're checking in, so on and so forth. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. So Ron, we have been in lockdown for the last several weeks, and we haven't been going to the malls, we haven't been in our offices, we haven't been seeing our friends and families, we haven't been going out of our houses. So how can businesses right now still stay relevant to your consumers? We can't hear you, Sir Ron. Can you say that again?
Yes, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. So how can these businesses stay relevant even if it's quarantine period?
So I think one of the things that we're really learning from this crisis is how important it is to have a digital strategy within your business, because it's really the businesses that have a digital footprint that are resilient during these times. And this means everything from being able to communicate with your employees and working from home to being able to reach your customers. And I think a lot of businesses that are dependent on foot traffic and customers walking into the stores are really suffering now. And I think the way the way over that hurdle is really to move your sales online. For those businesses that are able to do that, start looking for your customers. They're on Viber groups, they're on WhatsApp groups, they're on Facebook groups, and market your products and services there. Use services like Lalamove and Grab if they're available in your area to facilitate logistics to move product to your customers. Use products like GCash and Coins and Paymaya to help your customers pay you and also to make payments to your customers and your vendors.
So it's high time for us, for all of the business people, even if their business is carinderia or restaurants, even if their business is a movie house, to have a digital strategy from here on to move their business online, right?
I think this is a time where everybody can get creative. I mean, if I owned a carinderia right now, I would be setting up a neighborhood group on Viber to get all the neighbors together as a community to solve issues for the community, but also so that I can connect with them and offer those services. Because for sure, your customers are still there. They still need food. They still need help cooking. You just need to find a way to connect with them and serve.
Thank you, Sir Ron. And now, Sir Anthony, they say it's a very, very hard industry to be in right now. It's the worst time to be a business person. It's the best. It's the worst time to start up a business during this ECQ or during this COVID-19 situation. But a lot of business people I'm hearing is that this is the golden time to create something, because there's a lot of opportunities. Do you agree that there are still opportunities for businesses to start and even improve their own businesses?
Absolutely. I think the best business ideas come out of pain. And while we are all going through a lot of pain, I think what Ron said is relevant, right? You look for ways to create solutions for those problems, and that's where the most creative will actually take advantage of this situation to now, of course, depending on the business model, but if there is a way to communicate, and I think the one thing is that depending on how close this is to an essential service or something, not even an essential service, but something that's relevant when people are at home. And I think this is the time that you will have them far more receptive to ideas, because people are all looking for new ways to adapt to this situation. So I would, of course, it really depends on the specific business lines, but I am quite optimistic. In our own business, we have seen a lot of opportunities where people have reached out, because, as Ron said, entities like us are part of the solution, because one part of it is communicating to your audience, or your customers, or potential customers. The other part is actually being able to deliver the product or service. But the essential part is also being able to collect money for what is provided. And I've seen that in this time, a lot of people whom we had reached out to in the past are coming back, because now they can't do without it. And that's even from the government side, in extending relief, because we already have a large number of customers who have been receiving payroll or receiving some form of disbursement. We are becoming a channel for that. Delivery companies or e-commerce, where typically cash on delivery was the norm, now that's an issue. So I think that creativity comes out of pain, and this is the time for business owners to look at really the opportunity in people being receptive because of this new setup.
Exactly, exactly. So let's start with you, Sir Anthony. Um, with the ECQ going on, how can the new entrepreneurs or the would-be entrepreneurs use GCash, like specific ways? Like, for example, I know a lot of people who used to work in BPOs or who used to work in restaurants or in hotels, and now they are here in their houses and they're thinking, oh, what business should I get into? And how will I get cash, or how will people receive cash? So specifically, how can they use GCash to start their businesses?
Yeah, I'm not sure whether GCash can solve everything there, but I think that at least as Ron talked about, right, the different elements of the business, but at least in terms of accepting payments and making payments, whether it is so in terms of accepting payments, we have it's easy enough to start as a consumer, but that takes you up to a certain limit. We are in fact in coordination with the central bank, who has allowed us to selectively increase limits. In fact, they have been quite proactive at this time to say that it is fine to increase limits, and relying on our own risk management, and in fact even okay to the beauty of it is that you can completely enable yourself remotely, right? So we have as a financial institution, normally you have to know your customer, and so all of that is completely remote. So you can set up for that, and we are enabling even remotely these disbursement services, right? So I think in accepting of payments and making payments, that's one part of it. What we need to see is that activity before we extend credit, right? But the more activity that is done electronically, that becomes a proxy, because sometimes at this time you're trying to start something. It's not like a lot of credit is freely available. But once that activity is established, and that's where a lot of these sari store owners or small businesses that have been using the app over time now have access to not just the initial credit line that was given, but larger credit lines at even lower rates. And that's not, I don't want to make that only about GCash or GCredit, but I think in general, because any extension of credit is based on seeing some data, and that data has to be in electronic form. The more we continue on a cash basis, there isn't really visibility to economic activity. And if there is no visibility to economic activity, then it is very difficult in the absence of the usual, income statements and things like that, which obviously micro entrepreneurs cannot produce, right? So we need some form of identity, and which can be enabled remotely, and we need some form of economic activity, which is also possible remotely now to enable credit. And and that's important. And then it's not only credit, and in times where things are more normal, we have lowered the entry barriers to savings at a high rate or investment at a high rate. Even at at 1 peso you can start a savings account. At 50 pesos you can start an investment account. Because there will be some, with businesses there's always cash flow, you're up and down. So you still want to make sure that if you have a little bit for a little time, even that is sort of earning you something. Right. So I think that beyond just the enabling of payments and collections and disbursements, we've tried to bring that element. And here again, it's not only about GCredit. We are also working with other lenders, more in the formal sector, to try and use this information as well to extend larger forms of credit.
Okay,
so
that's great.
So I think the first step is really to get on and start at this time, right? If you haven't already.
Okay, that's great. So Ron, I've been talking to a lot of older entrepreneurs, and they say, really, it's cash is king. I won't go into, a cashless transaction because I can't see it. Someone might hack into it. I'm not really safe. I can't even operate my own phone. I can't even turn on my laptop. Why should I go there? So please tell us the pros of being on Coins.ph.
Well, cash is king, but it's very hard to accept cash when customers can't walk into your store.
Exactly.
I think there's already a good enough reason. The second one is that you unlock so many other potential customers who are, may not be, directly next to you. In terms of, I think I'm also reading some of the questions that are coming in through Facebook Live, and a lot of people are asking, how do we actually get paid and how much does it cost?
Yes.
So the answer is, for a small business, it's actually incredibly easy. You can set up your account. It takes literally 5 minutes to set it up. You upload your identification. We verify you. And then you just give your phone number and tell people to send funds to your Coins.ph account using your phone number. You can actually send funds to a Coins.ph account, not just from another Coins.ph app, but from any bank account, and also from GCash and PayMe. So all of us are interoperable these days. And I think the same story I just told, I believe also holds for GCash and the other wallets. So I always say this, I'm very happy that there is competition in the market. And someone was asking, saying on the feed, oh, this is the showdown of Coins.ph versus GCash, but I don't think it is. It's the showdown of Coins.ph and
I'm
GCash,
also here, Ron.
actually, and Megapay. I'm just quoting the feed. But no, it's all of us working together, I think, to move towards this digital economy that has so many advantages for the Philippines. I think that's really what it is.
Okay. So, ito naman, Miss Adriane. I know a lot of friends who are based outside of the Philippines who were laid off, unfortunately. And a lot of businesses then, mga small and medium businesses, they were forced to close because of this lockdown. And lagi silang bumabalik sa akin. Sabi nila, PJ, ano ba yung mga racket na pwede natin pasukin? Na maski nasa bahay lang tayo, nandito tayo. Nandito tayo at kaya natin paandarin 24/7, or gigising ka lang, pwede kong i-online or pwedeng through my laptop or my phone. So ano yung mga online opportunities na pwedeng pasukin ng mga MSMEs natin na pwedeng gumamit ng Megapay?
Wow, PJ, our lives changed so quickly in the past weeks, no? So most of our MSMEs, they reduced or suspended the operation. So how do we respond? One way is to get our businesses online. We transform our businesses online. We explore online tools on how we can transform our businesses. We can use Facebook, Shopee, Carousel, do a lot of research so that we can, still continue our services to our customers. And I think another way is to learn new skills online. There are a lot of videos that we can watch so that we can upgrade our skills, and we can be a data analyst or be a social media assistant.
Oh, yes. Do you have an idea po kung ano yun nga? Kasi sa akin din bumabalik yung mga tanong nila. And I'm sure a lot of our audiences here are asking, ano yung mga pwede kong pagalawin ng mga products kung hindi man services? Ano yung mga, during this lockdown, ano yung mga patok na products na binibili ng mga tao?
Of course, aside from the essentials, nandyan yung load. No? So you can go to our app, Megapay, GCash, or Coins, and you can use these tools to help you start your loading business and bills payment. It's very easy, just like what Ron said. You just need your mobile phone.
Loading business.
Yes, loading business. Lahat ng tao ngayon kailangan ng load. Especially they are now they are now at home. And medyo wala tayong ibang mapagkaabalahan kundi maging present online to have more updates on what's happening around us. And we really need load to do this.
Okay, so loading. Ano pa? Meron pa ba na
Yes.
iba na pwede pasukin ng ating mga... Ano pa? Okay, number 2.
Loading, and we can do, online teaching too.
All right.
Yes.
Tama. Yeah.
Maraming websites that can
Online
provide this
teaching.
too. Online teaching.
Okay. It's very good. And do you have any more ideas? Like, so 1, loading station. Number 2, online teaching. Number 3, para lang alam nila agad as soon as this e-meetings ends, they know what to do right after?
I think maraming opportunities right now, and it's really up to you. It's really up to everyone kung ano man yung gusto nilang pasukin na businesses. Depende sa kakayanan nila and what are the available tools that they have right now. But definitely it should be online kasi bawal tayo lumabas. We should stay at home.
Okay. Yes, definitely. So this last question goes out to the 3 of you from Megapay, Coins.ph, and GCash. So definitely after this ECQ, when the lockdown is lifted, business will never be the same again. Lalo na sa business namin sa restaurant, lalo na sa manufacturing, lalo na sa fashion. So what should they do after this lockdown? How can they integrate online payments, digital business into their businesses? Miss Adriane, can you please start?
Well, for me, PJ, there's in every crisis, there's always an opportunity, presents an opportunity. So, one way we can do this is to plan ahead right now, habang naka-ECQ pa tayo, on what are the strategies that we can do after the lockdown. And definitely we can start that by building our businesses online. So yeah.
Okay, so ang pinaka-advice mo is to have a digital line to all of their businesses. Dapat, and we have to prepare as well.
This is the perfect time for us to build our digital footprint, to be present online. Kasi
to be present online.
Correct.
So it's not enough for the business out there to stay traditional, to be brick and mortar, to be just home based. Dapat meron din silang digital line. Okay, so thank you very much, Ms. Adriane. How about you, Sir Ron? What can you advise the people as soon as this lockdown is lifted?
I think actually, in a broader kind of picture, I would look how the market is going to transform. Because, during this period, we have a lot of people that were not familiar with digital tools before. And now, all of a sudden, people are using Zoom. They're getting used to using e-commerce, purchasing things online. They're spending so much more time in these internet venues. And I think, a certain part of the economy is now going to transition and permanently stay in this digital medium. And so if I was looking to build or grow my business post lockdown, I would actually look towards addressing that market. And the second thing is, even today, right now, at the lockdown, during the lockdown, I mean, I think everything can be viewed as a crisis, and everything that can be viewed as a crisis can also be viewed as an opportunity for growth. Look, a lot of us are sitting at home and we have such a hard time procuring services and procuring products, basic things for our day-to-day need. I think all of us are experiencing the same things. And if you can transform your business to help those people around you, you can both survive today, right, and build a business for tomorrow. I think one example of this, like really interesting one from Israel, is the hotel industry. The hotel industry has suffered so much during these times because there's no tourism. So what they did in Israel is they turned the hotels into quarantine areas. So the government is using that to quarantine PUIs, and it's both helping the patients, and helping the hotels because it's generating income back. So I think when we're, if we're able to be creative and turn those resources, we can actually, make, make better of these times.
Yes, yes, very, very good. Your point is that we should be able to readjust our market. So when we open again, we reach to another market and we adjust our business plan according to that new market. So thank you, Sir Ron. How about you, Sir Anthony? What are your thoughts post-COVID?
So I think it's at the cost of repeating what Adriane and Ron have already said. Of course, prepare, and of course, take advantage of what has happened in terms of a mindset shift. Because at this time, people are, as I said earlier, a lot more receptive. And they're looking to solve problems, which just throws up a huge array of business opportunities. And people have shifted their own business models. So an example is, in the past, I don't know how many people would have proactively taken insurance. Because the mindset of worrying about the future is not very common, right? But now, if there is a healthcare provider, or if there is a service that focuses on staying healthier and staying, I think those businesses are going to do very well right after this lockdown, right? So when people reset, I don't think we'll ever go back to the same way we were prior. Some things would have shifted. Some things would have shifted in our mindset, which will give rise to even more business opportunity. And the businesses that have not been digital or not worried about this in the past will naturally look for this as a form of continuity. I think that if we think about all of those aspects, then we will see more opportunity in a post-COVID scenario. And just a post-COVID scenario isn't going to happen very soon, right? And when it does happen, it's going to be a completely new normal, right? So it's not going to be back to where we were just prior. So may as well shift the business to be well positioned for success in that new normal world.
Yes. So my key takeaways from your answer is that, number one, your business will never be the same, and number two, your market will never be the same as well. So you should be able to shift that new market. Your business should be able to adjust and to adapt to that new market. So thank you very much. And now we'll be checking out the people who have been following us. So thank you for being with us from all the way from Japan, all the way from Bataan. All right. So one of the key things that I've been looking at here in the comments are, how secure is Megapay, Coins.ph, and GCash? And because that is the main issue right now with Filipinos. If they can see the cash, maybe it will be hacked, maybe it will be stolen from me, maybe I would not be able to withdraw it, maybe I will be scammed. So Miss Adriane, how secure is Megapay?
Well, PJ, thank you for that. We only keep information that is relevant to us. The less we know, the less responsibility for us. So rest assured that all the information that you have trusted in us are all confidential, and we don't share it to any third party, or we don't sell it. We only use those information so that we can better the system for all of our users.
Okay, so everyone at home, so Megapay is secure. They only keep information. The less information, the better for them. Oh, ito raw, Coins, Sir Ron, they tell me here that you know how to speak a little bit of Tagalog. Can you do a sample right now?
Pero
Can you
medyo
understand?
Maintindihan ako.
Medyo ba? Oh, nakakaintindi. So yun, again, I've been seeing a lot of comments here. How secure and how safe is Coins.ph to use?
Yeah, there's actually one person being very vocal, and I DM'd her during the broadcast, but she hasn't been responding.
Yeah, yeah.
That our support would actually reach out to her and help. But in general, I think there's two things that are important for customers to understand. So the first question you should be asking is where your money is. And Coins keeps all customer funds 100% reserve in top-rated Philippine bank accounts, basically. So that's the first one. And the second one is the security of your own personal account on Coins. And we have, through the years, actually learned how to protect those customer accounts. So we've implemented things like 2FA, and now we actually have second level of verification. Whenever you transfer funds out of the account, we will again send you an SMS with a code to confirm the transaction. So that is those mechanisms help protect customers from not only losing their funds, but also sometimes customers inadvertently would give their password to somebody else or things like that.
Yes, yes. So people should be responsible for their own personal details as well, right? So it's not just with Megapay, Coins, and GCash. They have to have responsibility as well. And how about, of course, GCash? How about Sir Anthony?
Yeah,
how secure is GCash?
Yeah, I think that I will echo a couple of things that Ron mentioned and then add something. One is we are all regulated entities, right? So we are just like a bank. We are regulated by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, and therefore part of our licensing, which Ron talked about, is the requirement to hold all customer funds in liquid form. Right, which means it's always available. In fact, unlike a bank that has the flexibility to extend credit on those funds, we do not have that flexibility. We have to hold it 100% liquid. Right. The second part is vulnerability in terms of security, and that's where the SMS confirmation, the one-time pins that Ron talked about. And masking information to the extent possible so that it's not visible. There's a whole set of security that is visible to customers. What is not visible to customers, but which we do back end, which we have invested heavily on, is what we call our risk engine, which is how to deliver convenience to customers, but at the same time monitor. So of course, monitor activity and monitor high velocity activity, monitor activity that's being done by multiple SIMs on the same phone. There's a whole slew of risk tools that we have built. And we've been able to, what has pleased me in the past is when somebody who was trying to game the system says game over on Facebook. We have even sort of, and here's where we've taken a pretty tough stance, because this happens not because necessarily of a vulnerability on any of our platforms, but because there are people out there waiting to defraud others.
Yes.
And when they hack into even Facebook accounts or and it is possible. But the greatest vulnerability is when individuals give away their own credentials to someone who is pretending to be a bank or a GCash or a Coins, etc. So we constantly communicate that we will never ask you for your PIN to be sent over an SMS or a messenger message, right? And that's where it's important for people to also look at those who are requesting information or those who are requesting money, and to really look at whether those people are legitimate. Now, the last thing that I will say is we understand that this happens. People do get swindled. It has, again, nothing to do or very little to do with the platform, but more to do with unscrupulous individuals who are looking to dupe others. So what we launched last year, in fact, was what we call a Customer Protect program. And in that Customer Protect program, we guarantee against an unauthorized transaction. Right? Now, it doesn't mean that we will do it instantly, but we will get into an investigation on that, and we will guarantee that we will give the money back. Why do we need an investigation? Because the moment we said that we will guarantee, a lot of people try to take advantage of that as well.
Yes, exactly.
Right? So what we have done is, where we felt, and we're not restricting it to cases, so where we felt that it's a genuine customer that actually got swindled, on a one-time basis, we have, in fact, on many occasions, just given back the money in goodwill. Right? Even though it was no fault of the platform, it was clearly someone who gave away credentials. But when we feel that it was done in pure innocence, which unfortunately happens, then we have taken that stand from time to time, that we have actually refunded the customer. And they have, that has been something that has been done, where we have taken a hit on the business just to establish trust in the platform. But under normal circumstances, you don't need any of that. If you are careful about your PIN or your password, if you are careful about or vigilant about the SMS notifications that come to you every time there's a transaction, right? If you are coming back onto the app to check balances and check activity often enough, you should have no problem. When you're transferring money, in our world, it's instant. So the other person should be able to, not just you, but the other person will also get a confirmation. Right? So I think that that we just need to collectively, all of the people in this panel, we need to collectively help educate customers.
Yes, exactly.
On how to be responsible in managing, and it's I think it would be equal whether it's a bank account or it's any of our platforms, because ultimately we are regulated by the same entity, and we need to build trust collectively. And millions are already adopting it and already seeing the great convenience. So it will only help if we collectively educate and get people to that comfort level, because this is now necessary.
Yes. All right, so we're going back to our shout out. Joseph Abad, so thank you for joining us all the way from Cebu City. And Marilu Angeles de Guzman, hello from Angeles City. And Alps Agarao from Occidental Mindoro. And this is my question for any of you. Anyone could just answer. I have been to Shanghai, and they say it's a very cashless society. And true enough, I wasn't able to pay in cash, but everything's in QR code. My credit card was useless, and the cash that I withdrew from the ATMs were useless as well. So how do you see the Philippines being cashless in the near future? Is it going to happen in the next 2, 3, 5, or 10 years? Anyone can answer.
Okay, I'll start. So no, I think that cashless is quite far, but I think that if there's anything that this crisis would have done, hopefully in the many days that all of us have been stuck at home, is for people to now realize the value of being able to transact online or electronically.
Yes.
Right. So I think that in itself, of course, on one side there is a lot of pain and suffering, and we have to do a lot about that. But at least this will, if it doesn't happen now, I don't know when it will happen. Right. This is the time that, and we have seen that, March has been our highest activity in terms of engaged active users, in terms of transactions. Transfers was the highest ever month. Online payments was the highest ever month. And so it's good to see that it becomes relevant at this time. And this is where I think that we would have all made a start. I'm sure the experience is common across Coins and Megapay and Paymaya and others. So I think that as Ron was saying earlier, even traditional businesses will now hopefully partner more with digital businesses if they can't completely digitize themselves, right? And they will that shift will happen both from the consumer side and the business side, right? And we are already seeing it in this period, not let alone the post-COVID. What I hope is in a post-COVID world, people just don't go back to old habits, which are not as which are not as convenient, not as efficient, not as productive. And I just hope that we are able to now move to that new normal.
Yes. How about you, Sir Ron? How do you see the Philippines being cashless anytime soon?
Yeah, so I think it's going to take time before we go cashless. But I think we're moving very fast towards having less cash. One step at a time. If you look at, I think, China as a comparison, right? There were a few things there that made the transition faster. One is bank accounts are already widely prevalent, and so the e-wallets were just drawing funds directly from those accounts. Internet penetration and the quality of signal, right? There's still a lot of, in Philippines, beyond Metro Manila, there's still a lot of challenges just in broadband penetration. But I think, this is everything in due time. We've made good progress over the last 5 or 6 years, and I think this is just accelerating that.
So this COVID situation just fast-tracked the Philippines going towards more of a cashless society. What do you think, Ms. Adriane?
There's a meme going around. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's a question. It says, who's driving digital transformation in your business? ? And then there's a CEO, CTO, COVID-19.
COVID-19 is the right answer. So, Ms. Adriane, I'm sure business has been very good lately because a lot of people have been using cashless transactions, Megapay, Coins, Paymaya, GCash, or what have you. So, how can you encourage, Ms. Adriane, these entrepreneurs to move towards a cashless payment transaction?
Well, just like what Anthony and Ron said, we can move forward when we use digital transactions. And in this time of crisis, I would like to quote what Winston Churchill says. He said that never let a good crisis go to waste. This is really a very good opportunity for us to transform our business, to embrace the digitalization, to go cashless. I know most of the nano, micro, and small entrepreneurs, it will be difficult for them.
Yes.
But all of us, we can teach them. We can launch programs just like what Anthony did. We can do a lot of webinars, Facebook Live, and also this Mentor Me Online is a very good tool for all of the MSMEs there so that they can learn more on how they can move forward with their businesses.
Ms. Adriane, you've mentioned earlier, one of your customers, usual clients na gumagamit ng Megapay, are those entrepreneurs, micro entrepreneurs. So I'm thinking these people with the tindahans in the markets, even the farmers. So how can you reach them kaya, and how can you educate them kaya to use cashless payments instead of yung pera nila na ilalagay sa wallet nila, na ilalagay sa kama nila, na yun ang pinagagalaw nila? What can you do kaya?
Right now, we're doing a lot of digital marketing. We're hosting a lot of webinars too and Facebook Live so that we can reach as many as we can, lahat ng mga users namin, so that they can learn how to use the app. They can learn how to do online transactions. para hindi maputol lahat ng mga businesses nila.
Okay, nice. And how about you, Sir Ron? What are your marketing activities for education for the Filipinos on how to use cashless transactions?
So I think we've been quite active for the last, last 4 or 5 years doing this both online through seminars. We've actually done activities down at the barangays. We've been collaborating with like local government units, etc. Yeah, and I think ultimately, you just have to get out and do it. I encourage everybody, if you want to learn about how these cashless transactions work, the easiest thing to do is just try doing one. Download and install one of the mobile wallets, either Kmme, GCash, Coins, Megapay, and try to buy load or try to pay a bill or try to send money to a relative. I think now is actually a good time. All of us have a little bit of spare time at home. We can experiment and try.
Oh yes,
because use a small amount. Nothing that you're sorry.
This is the perfect time because time is what we have right now. We aren't doing a lot of things right now. We have time to experiment on those things. Yes, Sir Ron, exactly. Oh, okay. And Sir Anthony, how about you?
So we've continued over time to communicate to audiences digitally. In fact, now more than ever, we've changed because the assumption in the past was when you're communicating, through platforms like Facebook, you're communicating typically to a savvy customer who's able to download the app, and you're just telling them about what they can do. But what we have changed in the last couple of weeks is it's a lot, and this is in answer to a lot of inquiries that have come to us, is we've started now taking it down to basic awareness and how-tos. Simply breaking it down, everything from how you can cash in to how you get verified to the benefits to all of that. And then what we've also started doing is there are many of these groups who have come asking us and for more information to send within their communities. So we've created these materials so that we can spread it among friends and family, because it really does solve problems at this time. There are 10 things that you can do more efficiently without having to spend also, right? The other thing that we're doing is, on a digital platform, you can make it simple, but not everybody is yet on a digital platform, or not everybody is, has the inclination to go onto a digital platform and help themselves. While we hope, as Ron said, we hope that there would be many more. So what we've started doing is we've started working. In fact, we've done this all along. GCash has done this for many years. Worked with other institutions, not just to disseminate information, but to actually disburse money. So whether it is whether it is a payroll or it is an agent's commission, right, or a Grab driver's salary, or these manpower agencies who have used us to to get their income. And more recently now, we find that across the government, DSWD, the multilateral agencies, whether it's the World Bank or the ADB, everybody who's trying to get relief out needs to find an efficient way to get that relief out.
Yes.
And there is, while you can spread a lot of information, what triggers people's adoption, we find, is when they actually receive money. So when they receive money, that's the beginning, because then in order to use it, now it sort of triggers and it creates a higher inclination towards finding out what other value there is. So we've been using that, and what we've figured also is it can't be all of us digital platforms. have focused on smartphones and focused on the future customer, because that's where everything is going, with time. But at this time, what we've done is we have also enabled some of our old processes. Like if you don't have a smartphone and you just have a feature phone, you should be able to use USSD. So you can use star 143 hash. You can register. You can do some basic functions, right? Of course, we hope that everybody uses what's in the app, and we didn't encourage cash out. But now in this environment, somehow, again, we want to make sure that people use all the digital capabilities, but we are finding that it is necessary for people to take cash out. So we allow that in, and we have partnered with Villarica and Palawan and the others to actually enable that in a more convenient way now. So I think it's a combination of those. It's a combination of talking to audiences who are savvy on a digital platform, and trying to use them as influencers. It's trying to simplify the message to those who may not be that quick to download an app. And then it's using other institutions and partnerships to get to people, because we can either disseminate the message or, more importantly, disburse money, so that it triggers that initial need to use the platform.
Yes. Thank you. Disbursing money through GCash is very good. And for the past several minutes, we have been talking about our services towards our clients. Now, I have seen here in the comments, probably there's a lot of people here who are business owners. Can we talk about business? How can the business owners, aside from the simplicity, aside from the ease of use of Megapay, Coins, and GCash, do you have any promos for us business people to use your platform? Why should I use yours and why not the competitors? Or is there a link we can check out so we can see the deals exclusive to business owners? Let's start with Miss Adriane.
Well, PJ, all of us here, we are striving our best to deliver the best service for our customers. Just like you, you probably have a lot of message tech app in your phone. You have Messenger, Viber, WhatsApp, what have you, lahat ng messaging app you have. So lahat ng users, we give them the option on what digital platform they want to use. So for Megapay, we are also doing the same. We're striving hard to give the best service, especially now for our users. So we have promos. You can check in our Facebook page, in our website.
Can you please mention that so everyone can visit you right after this program?
Okay. So if you're a new user, we give free load. It's not big. It's not a huge amount, but it can help you to have communication for your loved ones. And also for our regular users, we have cash in promo, where when you cash in a certain amount, you will also get a free load.
Wow. All right. So do you have a website or your Facebook page so they could have more info?
Yes, you can visit our website. It's www.megapay.com.ph, or our Facebook page. It's official Megapay.
Okay, that's great. So, yun makinig tayo mga business owners may promo pala if we sign up with Megapay. How about you, Ron? Benefits of being an entrepreneur signing up with Coins.ph?
Sure. I mean, so in terms of promos, we do quite a few. We rotate them regularly. Ones that I think we've been very famous for are the when you refer your customers or partners to us, you get 50 pesos for every new account that gets verified. We give the one that people really like is we give 10% back on load, which can really translate to big savings over time.
Yes.
But I think beyond that, my message to you, and like when we started Coins, our mission has always been around financial inclusion and bringing more people, into this digital realm. So, if you're onboarding with our competitors, we still all benefit towards that mission.
Yes.
Right? I think that's the most important thing. Pick one, start working with it, get acquainted. I don't feel strongly like we need to promote our brand over the others.
And going back, is there a website? Is there a page where the business owners can check out the details of Coins.ph, the benefits of signing up with you?
Sure. The website is surprisingly Coins.ph, but you can also download the app from the Google Play Store and on iOS by typing in Coins.ph. App will come up.
Thank you. And again, lastly, Sir Anthony, aside from, of course, the convenience, of all the things that you just said, how can you encourage business owners to sign up with GCash?
Yeah. So what we like everyone else, we offer initial incentives to come onto the platform, and we'll offer referrals, and we do offer a discount on load as well. But the reason we offer a discount on load is because we obviously solve the distribution problem, right?
Yes.
The idea is really to get you started, but it's not about the promos. We believe that the value of the platform is in itself what should be the reason for users to come on, right? The convenience of being able to do a lot of these things for free. And I think the other element of our platform that I've talked about a couple of times is now the access to financial services, whether it be credit or savings or investments or insurance. So I think that's the other part of this. We do enable other things, like we have, in fact, a way to reward you for environmentally friendly behavior. So we have something called the GCash Forest, which allows you to, and we track your activity and we give you back green energy every morning. And you collect that, and you actually, you plant a virtual tree in the app. But then when you've planted that and it gets to its full form, we actually plant a real tree in Ipoh watershed, which is responsible, as you know, for about 97% of Metro Manila's water supply. So I think part of this is just making sure that we are helping drive an ecosystem where you can do things more conveniently. You can do them by and large for free. You can get rewarded for it beyond just monetary incentives, but in some way do something for the environment and the country and Metro Manila in particular, and get access to more formal financial services, whether it be credit, savings, and the like, right? So while we do offer the odd promo, we would like to believe that all of this will be compelling enough for you to adopt. And as Ron said, it doesn't matter who. I think collectively we are, we have a large problem to solve in the Philippines, where 2/3 of the population does not have a bank account to start with, right? A bank account or a wallet, because we, as regulated entities, we are counted within the 34.5% that the central bank quotes, right?
So at this point, I will be talking to our audiences. So from what I have gathered here is that we have time right now, and now is the best time to check out their services, be it Megapay, be it Coins.ph, be it GCash, and try to experiment. Nothing wrong is going to be happening. They are all secure. So that's if you probably have been doing cash transactions before, and if you have extended to using cards, then now is the best time to explore these cashless transactions to these three platforms. So again, I would like to give a big shout out to all the people who are watching us right now live, and to all the people who will be watching us later on. Thank you very much for being here with us. So, if you have any more questions to our mentors, feel free to reach them through their websites. And yes, if they have specific questions here, Sir Anthony, Sir Ron, Miss Adriane, how can they contact your company? Is there like a hotline? Is there an email address? Is there a chat bot they can talk to? Miss Adriane, let's start with you.
Okay, so they can reach us through our Facebook page or message us in our messenger account. They can also check our website. Our contact information is there. Our email address is there.
Okay, perfect. How about you, Sir Ron?
We have in-app. There is a chat option for sending help requests. There is a phone number on our website as well. We're on Facebook, Twitter. Any way you shout at us, we'll try and listen to you and answer.
Okay, that's great. And Sir Anthony?
Same here. We have a help center link in the app. We have a help center link in GCash.com. And we do take and I'm hoping that even if we have a telephone number which is 2882, I'm hoping at this time that people interact digitally because understand that to support the call center, people need to be out of their homes, which we do. For essential services, of course, we have people at the call center, but I would urge you to use email, and we do respond in a timely manner, or we do our best based on the capacity that we've been able to create in this time.
Thank you, everyone. So once again, let's give ourselves a big hand. Miss Adriane, the president of Megapay, thank you for being with us. Adriane Zapanta, everyone. From Coins.ph, Ron, host. Thank you for joining us.
I have maybe a small message for the people who are listening at home, because I mean this is a big mission, and it's not something that any of us can accomplish or do on our own. And I know there are a lot of people listening to this who are already customers of Megapay, Coins, GCash. We need your help. You are our ambassadors. Go out and help the other people around you to learn how to use these products, and we can accomplish this together.
Thank you for that advocacy, Sir Ron. And let us all give a big round of applause to Sir Anthony Thomas of GCash. Thank you po. All right, so as we wrap up this discussion, wag po kakalimutan mag-comment sa inyong mga mensahe at mga aral na natutunan sa ating mga Go Negosyo mentors. Maaari po kayong magkaroon ng chance na ma-feature sa ating Go Negosyo comment of the day. Use only the hashtags MentorMeOnline and the hashtag Free Negosyo Mentorship. So a few reminders: help fight COVID-19 outbreak in the Philippines. Cortex, a subsidiary of Concepcion Industrial Corporation, just announced the launch of We Care, We Connect, Act and Respond to Emergencies, a nonprofit emergency response platform that connects individuals and groups willing to donate resources to emergency and support organizations such as hospitals that urgently require assistance in these times of crises. The platform is 100% free and now open for pledges and requests. Let's help our medical frontliners in their fight against COVID-19 by pledging the much-needed resources. Register now at www.wecare.ph and join their FB page, We Care Platform. Subaybayan ang ating mga susunod na Mentor Me online sessions. Samahan niyo po kaming muli bukas ng 11 a.m. para sa isang informative session ng Spotting Business Opportunities in the Time of Crisis. Ako rin po ang magmo-moderate nun. At sa mga darating pang araw para sa mga bago at makabuluhang usapin tungkol sa pagnenegosyo. Sa ngalan po ni Miss Adriane ng Megapay, Sir Ron ng Coins.ph, and Sir Anthony ng GCash, ako po si PJ Lanot para sa Go Negosyo, Mentor Me Online. Thank you po. Have a nice day. God bless and stay safe.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Prosperity cannot only be for the few. And focused on the sector that is the most challenging is the agri-sector.
Agriculture and agribusiness have played and continue to play an important role as a driver for social and inclusive growth and through agriculture-related value-adding activities.
Since 2016, the Office of the Presidential Advisor for Entrepreneurship has helped our agripreneurs achieve success and bring about prosperity for all. Now, marking its 15th year, Go Negosyo, together with the Department of Agriculture, in partnership with Shopee, go even further to revolutionize the agri-sector and empower our rice farmers in this age of digitalization. Introducing the Magri app, an online free-for-all rice market. Magri allows consumers to search and buy produce directly from nearby local rice farmers. Users can also view updates on rice suggested retail price and seasonal item demands. Magri is an innovative tool that promotes inclusive and sustainable growth. And together, we will rise for the Filipino rice farmers.
Agri is really the game changer. It is the solution to the biggest problem in this country, poverty.
I believe that by unity, cooperation, and hard work, we shall achieve our aspiration for our country. Let us work together to realize our hopes and dreams for our people and nation.
The Magri app. Download now.